Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen. Orpheus and his army are here in the Kastolatian Sea, where in addition to having to fight the Empire's forces, they found out that there's another war going on. A war between the merfolk and the human populations of the area. The humans, for some reason, believe that eating the mer people will make them immortal. So they've been hunting them down, basically fishing for them. So obviously the merfolk are not happy with that. And so there's their own internal strife, in addition to the strife that between the rebellion and the Empire. So Orpheus has his work cut out for him here. So, but main thing right now is to take out the Imperial forces, and then he can start working on the, I guess you'd kind of maybe call it a civil war amongst the different people living in this area. So the main goal of this episode right now is to try to get our land units onto the big island. We had one unit there getting there pretty good, the Doll Mage unit there in the middle of the strait, but unfortunately it lost a battle and got pushed back into the sea. But we had another unit there, built very similarly, but with a Titan instead of a Golem. It has made some landfall, and hopefully it can keep the enemies at bay until our other land unit can get there. We want to establish a foothold on that island and liberate that little temple there in the southwest corner, and then the city to the northeast of it, to establish our foothold on the island. Then we can start taking out the Imperial land forces there. The other front of the war is centered around the one city that Orpheus liberated, and that's where we'll be stationing our water units to heal up in. So that's the unit that cleric unit there is about to move in with. So we had another water unit there, that Eagle Man unit there that's trying to get to that city over there. We took out its octopuses and now it's trying to retreat. So by establishing this foothold on this big island, we'll be able to prevent any of the water units that are seeking refuge from gaining it on the island. So that's Orpheus's tactical plan right here, right now. So now it's a matter of putting it into fruition. So well, that's a good help right there. With the, too bad she didn't get it on the first time. The stun, which is a pretty good shutting down offensive units when they connect. And luckily, we got Willie's unit here managed to connect with this unit before it hit the city and healed up. So here's another crowd control unit that we just promoted recently. A Griffin is the Cockatrice. The Cockatrice in the back row has the Petrify spell, and that can be really good because, like I said, it turns a character into stone, and then obviously as the stone, it can't do anything. So, and most of the time you'll be able to set your AI, your tactics, to attack usually the most threatening person. Of course, sometimes you can't, but those are rare occasions. So they're really good at shutting down units. So now, luckily, our Titan there has a unique property that he can actually hit across lines. So he's actually able to target, even though he's on the other side, he's able to target that Valkyrie. Otherwise, he probably would have taken out that cleric with his 2 hits here. So he weakened the Valkyrie got healed, he put some more damage on the Valkyrie. So we don't want that cleric being taken out, because then actually it's a shaman, because then it would retreat. And as you can see, we don't really have any units back there to block off enemy units retreating back to their home base. So that's a nice stun right there. Stop the mage from doing any attacking, and he falls easy prey to the Titan's club. Very strong physical, 3 attacks in the front row, so that works out pretty nice. and especially against those mages, because mages have very poor physical defense. So we'll get another round here against this unit, and this is a bad battle for our characters right now, because we're fighting on the water, and you don't want to fight Kraken units in the water. When a Kraken unit is in the water, their back attack, they have 2 Maelstrom attacks, which are basically a hit-all water attack. It deals a lot of damage, and but if you fight them on land, then you don't have to worry about that Maelstrom attack. Their 2 hit-all attacks become 2 single-targeting tentacle attacks. So you really cut down on the damage that the characters can do. But thankfully, Witch stunned pretty much everybody in that party, and that allowed us to eke out a victory, even though we were fighting on unfavorable terrain. So hopefully this mermaid unit will keep trying to potentially attack the city, and we'll try to attack the city, but nope, it's going over to the land unit again. Figured maybe has better chances there. If we were to try to take over that city, which usually the enemy AI tries to do, we'd be fighting it on the city terrain, and the Kraken would obviously lose its ability to use that Maelstrom. So eventually all octopuses were able to also promote into Krakens at level 12. As long as their alignment is 55 to 100, we can transform into Krakens. I'll probably still keep them though in the front row, because their 4 tentacle attacks are really, really good, and so deal a lot of damage there. So here's another battle. Fighting once again on the water. So, well, we can put them all to sleep. I don't want to risk having this unit lose all that progress they're making getting across the strait. Like I said, our main goal is to get all our land units onto the city, onto the big island, so they can start establishing a foothold around that city and that temple, and then that way we can stem off the enemies' land units. Once again, we're fighting a 2-front war, but we got a lot of practice fighting 2-front wars. Island Avalon and Diaspora were both basically 2-front wars. I'm surprised that Orpheus's unit just got into a battle there, because Orpheus's unit sprite wasn't showing on the screen. It was the Valkyrie unit, Rexanne's unit, I think is her name. So, but as you can see, that the Kraken was really hindered there by being in the land. So even Orpheus with his basically unfilled unit, just him and his little griffin friend, managed to win the battle against that mermaid and her Kraken friend. So hopefully we can finish this unit off here with 4 attacks with the octopus, and potentially and 2 lightning attacks with the Valkyrie. Should be able to do some decent damage if we actually hit, but it's not looking too good, especially now we just got hit by that Maelstrom. It does a lot of damage. So the first time it hit, it only hit the shaman, so that was manageable, but when it hits all 4, yeah, you're pretty much guaranteed to probably lose, because just that 4 times damage. But well, it's okay. We got pushed back, but it'll, I was talking about earlier about favorable terrain. We see the 2 of the enemy's land units are, when they were pushed back, they ended up in the water, so they're gonna fight pretty poorly on the water here now. And they're wounded units, and they're not very strong units. So this is almost like a free healing. All our characters should gain more hit points than what they entered this battle with. So the Wild Man's already used both his attacks, his only attack, and the Red Dragon there has 2 fire attacks. And he should have pretty poor accuracy, because we're fighting on terrain that's beneficial to us, and they're fighting on terrain that's a hindrance to them. So our characters are healing up, so it's almost like we're, getting a free in-heal here. And we'll get that with both our, with both these fights, so. Got a similar unit here. This one's probably a little bit stronger. Even though the dragon is in the front row and can't target with a fire attack, the knight will have 2 attacks, so might actually be a little bit of a stronger unit. It'll have 4 attacks rather than 3. But once again, they are fighting on terrain that's not beneficial to their movement type. We are fighting on terrain that's beneficial to us, so we should have a good chance of taking this unit out. And it's not that bad if we take out the leader. I know I said earlier that we don't have any units blocking off, but that's only on the land units. When these units that are beaten and retreat onto the sea when they're beaten, they're gonna go across the sea and they'll head right up to where our witch unit is. So we just have her stationed there, and she'll be able to cut them off as they try to reach the enemy base. I sent a flying unit to try to block off this unit, but luckily it's not going toward our base. It's instead trying to take over the city that we've been hanging out in, and that's, like I said, really beneficial to us because it means that Kraken is trading his 2 best attacks, the 2 Maelstrom attacks, for 2 weak tentacle attacks, so it should be very easy to finish this unit off. Even though we are also fighting on terrain that's not beneficial to us, we're a water unit fighting again on land, but it doesn't affect any of our attacks. Whether we're in the water or the sea, our octopus is still going to get 4 front row attacks with tentacles. Mermaid is still going to get 2 stabs from the front row, and our Valkyrie is still going to get 2 lightning bolt attacks from the back row. So now that we've cleared out that first wave of sea enemies, we can have Orpheus fly across here, liberate that temple, and we can start that implementing our plan to start a foothold on this island. We get a little bit more healing here, get some more experience for our octopus and our mermaid there. The octopus, like I said earlier, can promote at level 12, alignment 55 to 100 to a Kraken. The mermaids at level 11, if they have a charisma of 50 or more and an alignment between 50 and 100, they can transform into a Nixie. Nixie has the same stab attacks from the front row, but they trade their blizzard spell, their single targeting blizzard spell from the back row with a full target spell. They also get, a little bit better stat growths and some better resistances, but healing on up here, so now we just gotta, like I said, try to get our octopus a few more levels. So, speaking of levels, the enemies in this area, leaders tend to be level 12, and the followers tend to be between like 10 and 11. So, now experience still tend to slow down to keep you from kind of power leveling. Lower level units will get more experience when they defeat an enemy. Higher level units, the experience will slow down. An ugly war between the humans and mer people is brewing. Please try to stop it. We will. So, Orpheus is all about bringing folks together. So, a common theme just seems to be in the Ogre battle saga and all the games is kind of disagreements between different groups of people and ethnicities, and that's mainly because of the person behind the series, the person who kind of brainchild the series. Yasumi Matsuno, he was really, he took a lot of inspiration for the series from the wars in Yugoslavia, and there are a lot of different ethnicities and nationalities who were basically fighting a big civil war. You got to see that especially in Tactics Ogre, but you see a little bit of it here, with the merfolk fighting the humans and having disagreements, not being able to set their differences aside and live peacefully. But Orpheus, he's gonna do his best to bring peace to the area, not just by defeating the Empire, but, you know, by, you know, hopefully, working out the issues that these, merc people have with the humans, so. Because, Orpheus is he's a good rat like that, so. He brings people together. Just like how, Marty Mouse House Minions on Facebook, brought so many, rat lovers, together. You know, for their love of rats and other small rodents and small pets. We have people with guinea pigs and hamsters and mice on there, and we all just made a nice little, you know, group of friends there. So, if you have, you know, for some reason you found this, I post my videos on there, but if you somehow came across my video, my channel, and you're not a member and you have a little small pet, or even a big pet, feel free to join. We're a great group of folks, you know, and share lots of good stories, and really just a really uplifting group. That's how I met Orpheus's mom. So, and now I'm trying to honor Orpheus. I've also gonna honor a few of her other pets who passed away, who were basically brothers of Orpheus. His brothers, Prince Hermes is the character that's gonna do Dragon Warrior 2. I did that playthrough a while ago, but I lost it, so that's gonna eventually be re-uploaded. And then Prince Hermes Cagemate, he'll be the hero in Parallel Worlds, ROM hack of Zelda 3, and then Fess, he'll be one of the heroes in Final Fantasy II, the Japanese release. So I have a translated ROM. I did a playthrough on that too, but that's another one that I kind of lost. I'm gonna have to redo. All in due time, but they will get done. So I'll be doing Final Fantasy 1 once I finish the Star Tropics, and that'll be going on concurrently with this little playthrough here. So, but yeah, there's a bunch of little pets and folks, and that's how I kind of try to honor them, remember them. I always had a goal to just one day just play all my old video games again that I grew up with, and I figured it's a nice way to, you know, honor some people's pets. Obviously ask for their permission, and then they give me the photos so that you can see their pet, you know. You see Orpheus pop up, you know, when his unit gets into a fight or when he's addressed in cutscenes. So it's cute. So I hope that, you know, Orpheus is, and all the other pets I try to honor, that they're all smiling down from the Rainbow Bridge and, you know, enjoying their time up there, eating all their starberry shakes and other snacks and stuff until us humans join them again on the other side. So, but this one's for you, Orpheus, and for your mom. So, you're doing a good job, you know, a stellar job here. You've already liberated, let's see, 9 different areas. This is your 10th, so there were 29 areas in total, so about a third of the way done, Orpheus, but hey, the tougher 2/3 is obviously on the back end, because that's where the Emperor's main forces are. So, but of course, as the Empire's forces are stronger, well, Orpheus and his character is getting stronger. As you can see, we've been promoting different characters. Several of them are getting into their in-game areas. Nixies can't promote any higher, so still probably getting another level. Yep, need another level for her. Level 11 is the cutoff for the Nixies. So, and most of our units only have basically one more promotion to go. So, but a lot of them will have to wait for a while. So, like our Doll Mage back there, he'll have to wait until he gets to level 14 to be promoted to a Doll Master. Our Shamans there, they'll have to wait until level 18 to promote into their final form, the Monk. Golems, they don't have to worry about them, but we do have some 2 other types. Well, we got one Golem, the Rock Golem, with Ash's unit. he'll eventually have to see some use. And then we'll recruit an iron golem later on. And then other units that we'll need to promote eventually are wild men will have to promote to evil ones. Level 16, ninjas to ninja masters at level 15. Some of our beast masters will want to change some of them to dragoneers. We do have one stone of Dragos to transform one of our beast masters into a dragoneer, but haven't chosen which one yet. So it's a good thing that golem missed there, allowed our shaman there to heal him up a little bit. He was getting kind of low. Doesn't have, like I said, very good resistance to magic, so that mage hurt him pretty bad there, but got a little bit extra healing in. Walter still has a little bit further to go, so yeah. A witch, though, is already... Witches can't promote any higher. But we'll just retreat a little bit there. We'll have Orpheus come up here and liberate this town. Then we'll have our nice foothold. We're not going to liberate that town over to the left. We'll hold off on that, because otherwise then I just have to probably have that sky unit hang out on that thing to protect it from being overtaken by the Empire. Remember, if you lose a town, you lose 5 reputation, and we already have a pretty low reputation. We're trying to build it back up, so we can't afford to have any mishaps. So right now, if we just keep it in the Empire's control, we won't really have to worry about defending it. So, and most Imperial units, you know, if they start making a break to it, we can get somebody over there. Because any land unit will have to cross over that little barrier of water there. And any fighting for sea units are probably going to be a little bit over further to the west, because they'll be attacking where our characters are. So, speaking of reputation, that's a good card, Lovers. It gives our reputation +2. The Kastolatian Sea isn't even ruled by people. Who do you think runs it? Mermaids! Why should we humans have to live under the rule of a bunch of fish? Because maybe they're good rulers. Maybe they're smarter and wiser, or they, you know, it's a sea-based area. Probably has a sea-based economy. So maybe they're better at ruling than y'all. They know more. So, yeah, being very, very foolish there. Just specious, I guess. I don't know. But maybe we'll be able to talk some sense into them. Yeah. Sometimes you need a good pet rat to, you know, straighten you out. So, and this unit is gonna have to go to a city soon to heal up. Surprisingly, it's lasting pretty long on its own. That's probably mainly a lot having to do with the cockatrice there in the back shutting down a lot of the enemy. Instead, it shut down that it has high agility growth, the cockatrice, so it'll tend to probably go first a lot of times in battle. And the high agility growth also means that it will have good accuracy when trying to petrify targets. So against lower agility units like, you know, that dragon, good chance of hitting, good chance of, you know, shutting it down for good, which is what it did. That cockatrice went first, turned the dragon into stone before it could attack, and basically just made it a non-factor. And then all you had to deal was with that one wild man's attack, and since he only had one attack and he's not really going to deal too much damage, so... Oh man. Well, we weakened that unit up pretty good. We'll be able to catch it up, so finish it off. Yeah, whether it decides to go to, no matter where it decides to go, we'll have somebody be able to cut it off. So, there's another one of these shaman Valkyrie units, and that's a nice stun right there. Mainly because it stunned the shaman there. And it's good that we missed with our doll mage. We didn't want that shaman to wake up. This way we can pummel down the Valkyries without worrying about them healing, getting healed. So we took out half their offensive capabilities right then and there. So, and I believe that is half of that unit type. Looking at my units here, yeah, there's only 2 of those units, 2 Valkyrie Shamans. So we already just defeated one of them earlier. So yeah, that'll be the last of that unit that we'll see. So, in terms of units, there are 3 of the giant mage units. There are 2 of the Valkyrie Shaman units. There are 3 of the Wizard Hawkman units. 3 of the units with the dragons and the knights. 2 with the octopus and mermaids that we just defeated there. 3 of the octopus and eagleman units. 4 main units are the mermaids with the krakens, and then 3 of the wildmen red dragon units. So for a total of 23 units minus the boss. So looks like should finish this unit off. Let's see. Now that's stunned, let's see how hard our Titan hits. Or the cleric, the shaman here. No, but once we've already eliminated the offensive capabilities of this unit can't do any damage, so it can never win any fights against us. I guess the only way it could theoretically win a fight is if we use that moon card on it and had the shaman switch rows. But that would be pointless. Because no matter what, eventually we're gonna outdamage it with the Titan, or even the Golem unit if that one gets up there. And that unit should be making its way shortly to the front. So, let's see if we can take out. We took out one of these units earlier. So this is the second of its type of unit. So. Nope, I should have changed my tactics there to weak. But I guess I'm afraid of that little octopus there with the 4 attacks in the front row. Hawkmen, because they have that thunder element, they are very strong against thunder, so one of our Valkyrie there used her bolt spell on the Eagle Man. You saw it did like it only did 1 damage, so sometimes I guess though you have to weigh. Do you really wanna you know, maybe deal more damage and potentially get hurt, or just take the longer, slower grind? Our Beast Man there has to grind up 1 more level, and then we can change him to a Beast Master. I think he's our last Beast Man to have to transform into a Beast Master. And then from there we can look at alignment and stuff to determine which one of them we're going to transform into our Dragoneer. So, because the Dragoneer at level 20 can eventually promote to a Dragon Master if they have a high Charisma and a medium alignment between 40 and 60. Charisma 65 plus, so the main thing is that alignment. We have to look at our Beastmen. If their alignment is too low, it might be too hard to raise them up. If their alignment is too high, it might be too hard to bring it down and still maintain that high 65 plus charisma. So we'll have to balance the stats out and see who best is floating in the middle of our Beastmasters to determine who gets the Stone of Dragos. And if we eventually get another one of those Sentinel Demon statues, we can trade it with Borgnine back in Diaspora and get another Stone of Dragos. So, well, there goes that cleric unit. We don't have to worry about any more of them. So, but we still have, looks like we got our 3rd Knight and Wildman unit there coming down. I don't know if that's the 2nd Wildman unit. It might be the 2nd. We'll see once we look at its stats, but I know that's definitely the 3rd Knight unit. That might have been, yes, it's full health. I don't know if that's a weakened one, so. And I don't know what level what number of wizard giant unit that is. At least the 2nd, but well, we'll find out in our next episode when we hopefully finish off the rest of the Imperial forces and see if we can solve this issue between the humans and the merfolk. Take care. Thanks for the support. Bye.